This indicator is going to tell you when Bitcoin tops out this bull market. If you guys are new to me, my name is Sir Lewis. Definitely like, follow. If you guys like technical analysis and crypto, I do live streams every other week and daily as well. And I upload videos daily. So definitely like and follow. But I'm going to talk here about this indicator, which has successfully showed the top for Bitcoin the last three cycles, 2021, right, 2017, and even 2013 right here. So, there's a big chance that it will do it again this time around for this bull market top, right? And I love this indicator so much that I actually made two versions. I made two indicators out of this one being an oscillator that I'm going to show you right here. And I have 10 indicators that I coded myself. If you want to check them out, I have a Patreon. I'm looking to move to WAP, but I have three tiers, $8 being my lowest tier. You guys can check it out. And I'm going to show you my indicator, how it's different from the regular ones, but this is a free indicator. It's called the Pi Cycle Top. But yeah, it's called the Pi Cycle Top. This is my version that I'm showing you right here, and I'm going to show you why, I made my own version of this and how it's different. But you can see the Pi Cycle Top, really what it is, guys, is two MAs, two moving averages, which are these two right here. And you have the short MA, right, the 111, which is the red, and then you have the 350, right, which is the green. Okay. And ultimately, these two indicators, these two moving averages, once they contract and they tighten up, right, as you can see, a lot of people say once they flip, right, that's usually the sign of the top. And that's true. Even last cycle, it was very close to not flipping. But, if I go here on the daily, you will see that I actually did flip for a small amount right there, a couple of days, if I go here in the daily. And obviously in the previous cycles, you can see there's a big difference right there. It flipped pretty aggressively right there, right? So, I would say not even about flipping, right? Once they start to contract and they start to become one, you see how it's becoming one right here, right? It's on top of each other. That's usually going to be the top. And that's what I predict. That's what I predict for this bull market cycle. Now, I just want to say right here, right? What happened right here, which was when Bitcoin came up here to 70, what was it, like 74K? And then we went back down to like 49K, right? It's similar to what happened back here in 2019, right? Where we went high too fast, and then we had the pandemic crash, right? But I just want to share this because this is very interesting. Because if Bitcoin would have kept going up, right? The MAs, the Pi Cycle Top, it would have contracted and we would have got an early top here. Maybe it would have contracted even when it was at the same previous all-time high. But with this crash, what this crash did was it opened it up, and you can see this is a huge difference, right? This is my indicator, the features that it brings, and it's basically right here. This is the MA difference. So when you see this jump up like this purple line right here, that's telling you there's a big difference between the MAs, and that's basically right here. There wasn't a lot of difference right here, and then boom, right? We're getting a big difference. They're both going opposite ways, and this is why you see this spike here. Okay, same thing here, right? This histogram, right? And this is the cool thing about my indicator. You can actually click on it and you can actually change, right? If you don't like the histogram, you can click right here, right? There's a line, there's crosses, I prefer the histogram. There's also columns, which is pretty cool. And if you can change also the opacity, right? Look at that, boom, you can do it like that. So it's very customizable, but I like the histogram because there's not too much in the way. Hopefully you guys can see it good. And you could change the colors and everything. So it's very customizable. And yeah, you can see right here, when you have a huge drop in this histogram, right, like this, that's usually telling you that the two MAs are very close to each other. They're tightening up and they're getting ready for a cross, which they crossed right there. Okay. So you can see right here, you see this huge drop in histogram top right there. Right, same thing here back in 2017. Histogram is nice and steady until boom, it falls off a cliff, right? Falls off a cliff, and then boom. And usually, what follows after that is you'll see the MA difference, just a huge spike. That's because it's widening out, right? It's going opposite ways after it was very tightened up. So that's why you see this huge spike right after the top and the huge drop here in the MA difference. Right there, right? So, the reason why I'm talking about this time right here is because it's very similar to right here. Back when Bitcoin was 74K and we had this huge correction here to 49K, right, which was a nice bear flag, boom, right to the upside. The reason I'm talking about this is because if Bitcoin would have kept going up here to 109 plus, which we hit, we would have got probably a premature top, right, with the pi cycle top. Because what would have happened is we would have kept going, tightening up here on the MAs, and we would have got a premature top here based on the pi cycle top. But with that correction, you can see that widening up here the pi cycle top, right? And then we came back up, and now we're starting to come back down. But the big reason why I don't believe we topped out yet is because we still haven't gotten that tightening up, right, which we had right here. And here's the thing, right? A lot of people, when they talk about the pi cycle top indicator, they talk about flipping. I'm not even going to look for a flip for this bull market cycle. As soon as they start to contract and they start to, get similar to this, for example, right? Once it starts to get similar to this and this and this, it doesn't even have to flip. Because last cycle, it was very close to not flipping. It was, it was right on top of each other. It flipped for a little bit. If I go here on the daily, you can see that probably flipped for like a couple days or something. But just the fact that it's contracting, it's showing you that the top is near. And we can see right here, let's go here on the daily, because this is what I love about this indicator, is that you can actually go here on the daily, and I'm going to show you here how amazing this indicator is, because it actually gives you that sell signal within that time period, right? It's not like it has to go like a month or a week to go by for this to turn red. No, I'm going to prove to you right here, the previous top, how you were getting all these signals right here, right? Because I have TradingView Pro, right, or Premium. You can see right here, I'm on the daily, but you can see how on the daily it's going by. We're starting to move up, red signal, boom, boom, and you can see how it's coming down. We actually bounce on the both of the MAs right there. We come down, putting a lower high, right, and then we break it, and then that's basically the top. So you can see how effective this is, because that gave you, right, those red dots here on the daily, and it's different from the weekly, daily, and monthly. I recommend looking at the daily and weekly, but it gave you right there on the daily, right? Those those 4 days right here, it's telling you that this was the top, and it was, right? So you can see how powerful this is when you go here on the daily, and you can see how it did cross here for a little bit. Look at that. You see that cross right there? It crossed here for maybe like a week or so, right? A couple days, a week. So, this time around, I'm not even gonna, as soon as it starts to tighten up like this, right? You can see right there, it starts to tighten up like that. That's going to be the sign of it's going to be a sign of a top. It just is. So, this is the pi cycle indicator. Now let me show you my second indicator here, which is also very powerful. And this is my pi cycle oscillator. And this goes hand in hand with the pi cycle indicator. And I recommend looking at this on the daily. It works wonders on the daily, because what it also does, let me actually take the pi cycle indicator off right there. What it also does, actually, let me put it on, because it goes good. Let me just put the opacity here down for the MA difference here, because it's just 2 up right there. Okay, that should be good. About right there. What it also does, it tells you when's the best time to buy. Right here, you can see and this is based on the pi cycle moving averages. You can see right here, this was a great time to buy when it's deep in the green, right? And you see how it gets deeper, green. That was the bottom, basically. And when it has this huge hump on the daily, like it did right here, right? You can see how it's moving up, right? But boom, I mean, this is a huge difference from right here. And then when you combine it with my pi cycle indicator, you're getting this huge hump. You're getting all these red signals right here, the pi cycle MAs, right there, tightening up. And then on top of that, right, with the MA difference dropping off a cliff and all that, it's telling you that the top is in, and that was last cycle. Now we can go back here to 2017. Same thing. 2017 was more obvious because we actually got that flip, right? And as soon as we got that flip, it topped out. That's what's amazing, right? But you can see right here for 2017, it was slowly moving up, right? Moving up, and then it kept going up. So you can see how it's very high here on the oscillator. We also get that flip, and we're getting those red signals right there. So I mean, this is great, right? And I can go here in 2013 as well. 2013 was a little bit more extreme, right? We get that flip. After we get that flip right there, the top is in. We're up here very high on the oscillator, and boom. So This is a great indicator, and if you guys like it, check out my own version. But again, it's free. You don't have to get my own version. It is 100% for free, and you will see here that it's different on the weekly as well on the monthly. I recommend on the weekly and daily, right? Especially on the weekly. The weekly has been more obvious, but you want to also look on the daily as well, right? Because sometimes on the monthly, it didn't show on the monthly for the last cycle, right? Because I think the monthly is too it's too long term for this indicator particularly, but on the weekly and daily, it should tell you, right, when's the best time, when's the top probably in. Because you can see right here, look, you can see if we would have kept going up here to 109, which we hit, the pi cycle indicator would have hit, and that would probably been the top. So this was a good. These corrections are great, even the one right now, because it's giving us a chance to go higher, right? It prolongs the bull market top for us to go higher based on the pi cycle indicator, as you can see right here. So us coming down is great, but I believe we're going to start to move high and contract here like we did last cycle. Once we do this again, which we eventually will, and once we have this, look, once we have this huge hump up here, right? Once it starts to move up all the way here at the oscillator, and we start to contract, and we start to get those red signals on the daily, on the weekly, based on the pi cycle indicator, that's going to be the top. And I'll let you guys know when that happens. You guys can join my free Telegram. I'm very active on there. But there you guys go. I'll keep you guys, if you guys want to be updated on this indicator as well as my other indicators, definitely like, follow, put the notification bell so you guys know when I upload a course, right? And check these indicators out on my Patreon or WAP. I'm moving to WAP, but my Patreon is still gonna be up. And my lowest tier is $8, $8 for one indicator, right? My other tiers have more indicators, but check it out, guys. And yeah, love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.